What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the show we like to call Heart of the City, man, where we go and give you the scoop around New York, New Jersey area. And it's been a tad bit rough for some of these teams here lately, particularly the Mets. You know, we talking about the Mets. That is definitely a team of note, but trying to get off the snide after 12-game losing streak. Yankees are actually picking it up. Bats are swinging, pitching is doing well. So we're going to talk about that. Knicks fans, big disappointment game 2. Hopefully you can rebound in game 3. We're going to get into that. The Nets have actually picked a direction. So we're going to get into that. And of course, this is draft week. This is our favorite week for the football season because the Jets and Giants have been trash. And this is basically our Super Bowl. So all that and much more, man. But I'm on Popular Opinion Sports with my co-host for the week, Big Pat Sports Talk. Pat, what's good with you, man? How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Getting ready for this draft. Let's talk about some New York sports here, man. Some, playoff jitters from the New York Knicks. Didn't like the way they played against the Hawks in that game, but we'll talk about it, man. New York Giants, New York Jets, draft picks. Oh my, four top 15 was 16 draft picks. Tomorrow's gonna be a fun day. Looking to see if there's gonna be some trades. Look at just New York sports, man. We in the grind right now, man. So we're gonna talk about it and get into it, man. But this is Heart of the City, man.
Yeah, man. That being said, man, let's dive right into it, man. We're gonna have a pretty swifty show for you tonight, man. Got a lot of prep doing for this weekend, for the draft, as well as the NBA playoffs. So, without further ado, let's get it, baby.
Ricey K, the Raisin Man.
All right, man. We are back, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. And look here, man. We're going to do a little around the city. But before I do, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you drop your comments in the comment section. We want to hear from you, New York sports fans, Jets fans, Giants fans. This is a big week. I think this is one of my favorite times of the year for sports, outside of that kind of fall, November when the football comes back and all that. But outside of that, this is my favorite time of year. You got the hockey playoffs. Unfortunately, no New York teams are participating in that either. But you got the hockey playoffs, you got the NBA playoffs, we got the Knicks, we got the Jets, Giants, we got the NFL draft, which we are huge on over here, and you got baseball. Yankees, Mets, both in action today, and that is where we are going to start with Around the City. Let's get it.
I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, let's get into a little Around the City. So, talking baseball, man. Talking baseball, the Mets.
New York Mets.
Mets finally get a dub. They finally won one, y'all, after 12 straight losses. Luke Weaver gets the dub tonight. The Mets, man. You had a hit by RBI by Francisco Lindor. You know, remember the Mets now still playing without Juan Soto is back now. Juan Soto 1 for 3. Francisco Lindor 2 for 2. Clay Holmes 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. So the Mets finally win one. They are now 8-16, beating the Twins 3-2. So shout out to the Mets for finally getting off the snide. All right, let's go to the Yankees. Yankee time. All right. Yankees getting the dub here, 4-1 over the Boston Red Sox.
New York Yankees.
The Red Sox. Right. So, Max Fried, 8 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, only 3 hits. That dude has been a stud for the Yankees. Ahmad Rosario, 4 RBIs tonight, and he was the Yankees offense as the Yankees getting it done, beating the Red Sox for the second straight night, and Yankees getting back picking it back up. I believe they have won now 5 in a row after tonight. So good job for the Yankees. All right, now we are gonna go to the Knicks.
New York Knicks.
As mentioned, Knicks losing Game 2 to the Atlanta Hawks after holding a 14-point lead. Knicks go down 107-106. Mikal Bridges missing the game-winning shot. There he is, looking dumbfounded as always. But anyway, Knicks got a chance to rebound tomorrow night in Atlanta. We will be talking about that here a little bit later. But yeah, man, Knicks, they're making this a series now when it really shouldn't be one. But we'll get into it. Let's switch gears here. We're going to go to the Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets.
All right, Brooklyn Nets have re-signed Jordi Fernandez and the entire staff to a multi-year contract per Shams. And after 2 seasons, he gets a deal now. He completed the tank. So, and to be honest, this is how it should go down. This is how it should go down. Because when a team tells you to tank or lose on purpose and you do it, you shouldn't get fired. Like, you told me to lose these games, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and they do that in the NFL, but in the NBA too. But now I see things like this happening where, all right, we're going to bring you back. But now we want to start winning some games. The losing, tanking stuff is over with. Nets are expected to take a significant jump next year. And yeah, we will see. But Giants, let's hit it.
New York Giants.
There we go. New York Giants. Like that. All right. Giants are very high on wide receiver Jordan Tyson and will likely select him at 5 unless Jeremiah Love falls to them, per Jeremy Fowler. No team did more work on Tyson or visited him more than the Giants' arrival area scout said. This is the buzz right now for the New York Giants in the draft. It is who will they roll with? And there's a couple different options. We will be getting into those options here a little bit later, but hey, man, you better be ready for some for something to go down here during this draft, because it has been there's been a lot of speculation. There's a lot of speculation. But let's go to the Jets. We're gonna talk about
New York Jets.
All right, the Jets are expected to be very active on the trade market over the next few days. NFL Network's Cam Wolf reports. And yeah, I've been hearing a lot about the Jets possibly moving up from 16 into the top 10. That is the buzz right now with the Jets. Also, the fact that they are looking to take a pass rusher. I believe it could be David Bailey. And that is who I got mocked to them. But we'll see how it plays out, with the New York Jets. But we're going to get into that a little bit later. All right, hockey time.
NHL.
And there's nothing to talk about. Surprise, they all suck. You see right here, Islanders, Devils, Rangers, gone, done, over, finished, see ya, kaput, goodbye. Yeah, no playoffs, no hockey playoffs. I will try to bring you any news on any firings. I'm pretty sure there will be some changes with all three of these teams, especially the Rangers, the team I root for. They got to get it right. I keep switching coaches, and it is just not working out. Maybe it's ownership. Oh, no, can't blame the owners. Don't do that, NYG. Stop. Chill. They don't got nothing to do with it. Right. But that is around the city, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in, man. I see y'all in the chat. Mets, Leaf. What is good? What is gravy? Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna chop it up here on Heart of the City, man. But let's let's get to our conversation here. So let's go. All right, we're gonna get into the draft. We're gonna start with the football, and here's what I'm hearing, man. Let's see. So let me get this right. So we're gonna start with this news here about Mr. Jordan Tyson possibly being selected here with the Giants. Now, I did a couple things. I was going through some scenarios, and I may pull this up. I may pull up a mock draft simulator here, because this Giants thing is quite interesting when it comes to this draft. And what I mean by that is the fact that the 2 picks in the top 10 can go a lot of different ways. There's a lot of things people aren't talking about. The first thing that I want to talk about here is, what if Jeremiah Love's gone, Sonny Styles is gone, and you got Arvell Reese, who a lot of people are starting to mock to the Giants. Peter Schrager, a couple other cats. You got Arvell Reese sitting there at 5, who by some accounts, in a lot of people's eyes, is the best defensive player in this draft. Let's forget about Jordan Tyson for a minute. If you're the Giants, do you take another pass rusher in the top 5? Remember, you got Thibodeau, you got Abdul Carter, and you traded picks for Brian Burns. So that's 3 investments at edge. Now, there is the thing of Reese being able to play off-ball linebacker as well, or inside linebacker, I should say. But if that's the case, you know, most people view Sonny Styles as, in that regard, as that type of player that's plug and play in the middle. A lot of people view Reese more as an edge rusher. So if Reese is available at 5, do the Giants take him? That is my $100 million question. Because the belief is, and we're going to get into the Jets too, but I think the Jets are taking David Bailey. There's people in NFL circles that think the Jets are taking David Bailey. I've been saying this for a while now. I think Bailey is the pass rusher, the pure pass rusher that the Jets want after losing Jermaine Johnson and trading Quinnen Williams. You're not going to get that from Reese in year 1. They're going David Bailey. Cardinals now talking about Jeremiah Love, which is weird. That's a weird franchise right there, boy. But possibly they could go Jeremiah Love for the reasons being that they just need a player with some excitement. Marvin Harrison Jr., remember him? Yeah, a lot of people forgot about him. The other wide receiver that was taken in the top 5 or top whatever, with Roma Dunze and Malik Neighbors. Yeah, he's struggling due to quarterback play, I'm pretty sure. But they got Jacoby Brissett there. Anyway, think the Cardinals are going to go Jeremiah Love. Sonny Styles may go to the Titans. So you got Reese. Are you drafting him? That's my question. Chat, Pat, talk to me. Drafting Arvell Reese?
If Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson available at 5 with Reese, somehow, some way that happens, it's Mendoza 1. Let's just say they go David Bailey 2, Love 3, and let's just say the Titans take Styles at 5. I think you take Alvaro Reese. He's the best defensive player left on the board. Unless you like Caleb Downs better and you feel that he fits what John Harbaugh wants to do better, but people forget Alvaro Reese played middle linebacker too. He's not just an edge rusher. So if you can get a guy like that to go out there with all the weapons that you have in that front seven, yeah, if you feel that Reese can do more and make more of an impact than Caleb Downs, and then, yeah, there's a chance that you can take Reese there. Now, me personally, it just depends on what we're going to do with the defense. Do you think Caleb Downs helps the secondary that much? And if he does, you take Caleb Downs, and then, Reese. 6 is what, the Browns? Maybe the Browns take him. Maybe the Browns pass, and they take a Carnell Tate or somebody. Then you might risk losing Jordan Tyson at 10. Because I guarantee you, if Tate is gone, the Chiefs are probably going to take Tyson or somebody, or the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows? You just have to decide whether his versatility is more versatile than what Caleb Downs can do, because Caleb Downs can play the slot corner. He can play the deep safety. He can play the box safety. So these are two very versatile type players that you have to have a role for them to play. We have the coach that actually can put them in a role. I wouldn't trust the pick if it was Brian Daboll and we still had the other defensive coordinators. They don't know what to do with them. But I think John Harbaugh will know what to do with him, and they will get him coached up maybe to play some inside linebacker his first year. And then we'll see what you do with Thibodeau. If not, then he will just slide where Thibodeau is if Thibodeau decides to leave after this year. So, I don't know. Alvaro Reese could very well be right there at 5 for the Giants to pick, especially if the Jets go David Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me personally, if I was a Cardinals, I wouldn't take Love at 3. I would take Reese at 3. But
yeah. But that kid's going top 5. And I've been trying to talk myself into the Giants taking him at 5, and I just can't do it. Because to me, like, if you want a weapon for Jackson Dart, just draft Jordan Tyson.
Yep.
Like, because that's the argument. Well, you need to get Jackson Dart some help. I get it. You want to surround him with as many pieces as possible. Just go get Jordan Tyson or get Chris Bell in the second, who, by the way, is ahead of schedule. That's another receiver that not a lot of people are talking about. Mm-hmm. Because taking this running back, when you take a running back in the top 5, your offense is going to run through that running back. We've seen it with Saquon Barkley. We've seen it with Gibbs. We've seen it with Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey. When you take a running back high like that, your offense is going to run through that. So if Jackson Dart is your guy, you're not going to be running your offense necessarily through Jeremiah Love. I know he can line up at wide receiver. I get it. They said the same thing about Saquon Barkley. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Most of these running backs can do that now. But you can't spend that higher capital to take Jeremiah Love just because you feel like you need a weapon for Jackson Dart. Now, the argument is going to be, well, he's the best player available. If he's the best player available, why did he slip to 5? Oh, that's right, because the other teams were saying the same shit I'm saying. We can't draft this dude. It don't make sense.
I'm not seeing why you're trying to have 3 prime running backs on your team. That doesn't make sense. And I hate to say it, but I think it will be a wasted pick if you don't make this guy the focal point of your offense, because that commands. And so, is he a guy that can run that power run game that you want? I think this kid is good. Don't get it twisted. I think Jeremiah Love is going to be good, but he has to go to a team that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll be taking the carries away from him to give him the Scapo, taking away carries to give him to Tyrone Tracy. And then you mess with the synergy between Cam Scatterbo and this team, and Scatterbo and Jackson Dart. And if you're trying to help Jackson Dart, the best way to help him is to get a weapon, whether it's Carnell Tate or whether it's Jordan Tyson. And it looks like we're higher on Tyson than Carnell Tate.
Mm-hmm.
So just take Tate at 5. I mean, not Tate, but Tyson at 5. If you're looking to go offense to help out Jackson Dart, you just take Tyson at 5 and give him 2 maybe elite weapons on the outside and him and Neighbors. That's the smart thing to do. But that whole Jeremiah Love thing, man, I hope the Cardinals take him so we don't have a chance to draft that guy.
Right. don't even let that be in a situation for you. Seriously, I don't want to hear it, man, because as soon as that kid is drafted, everybody is focused on him.
Yep. That's a fact.
The Cardinals actually need that on their franchise. I know they got Algier, but James Conner's like 30 now, and he's always hurt. So I mean, it don't make a lot of sense for them either. But I could see a situation because they don't have any star power on that team now after trading Kyler Murray.
But he will go very well with Wilson and Harris Jr.
Yes. And don't get it twisted. The Brissett can sling that rock too, and that's why he asking for more money. But all right, here's the other thing. I'm thinking about trades. I got a couple different scenarios. Now, if Reese is available at 5, can you trade out? You should be thinking about trading out at that point.
The Saints, the Chiefs,
both
of them will be there because the Chiefs need an edge rusher, and they will give up 9 and 29 to get up to 5. I think they will, or 9 and 40.
So now you do that, right? You have to feel good about the Washington Commanders not taking Jordan Tyson. And that is the trick here. So here's what I would do. Now, this does happen sometimes, but can you convince the Browns to swap spots with you? Can you convince the Browns to swap spots with you? And I mean not 5, but from 10. So that is a trade up. Yes, I said it. That is a trade up. You get 5 and 6, you take Downs Tyson, or you take Styles Tyson, or you take whoever with Tyson. Because Tyson's not getting to 10. I don't think so
now either. With all this hype that's been happening, I don't think he gets to 10 either.
Because even if the teams that are behind you don't take them, somebody's going to trade up in front of you before you get to 10 to take them, either with the Chiefs, the Saints. One of them teams is going to trade out and let Dallas or whoever come up and take Jordan Tyson from you, if that's your guy. Now, the Giants have been very good at this smokescreen stuff this year, which has been easy because a lot of teams don't really aren't really settled. But can you convince the Browns to swap with you and let them drop down? Because the Browns probably want a lineman. They need a lineman in a bad way. You gotta think about all them linemen that left there. Wyatt Taylor, Bettino, and they need tackles. Shador been getting his head rocked. Watson, he getting hurt. So they need linemen, in my opinion. The Browns defense is actually pretty solid. When you look at their roster. Now, I go through these rosters now. Don't get it twisted. I know what I'm talking about. They good on defense. They need offensive help. Can you convince them to drop down to possibly get a Fano or a Mauioa? And let you take up now. What do you have to get up? What do you have to give up to get from 10 to 6? I'm trying to give them something next year. If I'm the Giants. So then you get 5, 6, and you still got your second round pick this year. That is a situation. Another situation is you trade down to 9, which is risky with the Chiefs, because it's risky in the sense that you got the Commanders and Saints that could still take Tyson. I think somehow, some way, the Giants want to come out of this draft with Jordan Tyson. From everything I'm reading, and we said it, we put the information out there. Go watch the top 5 wide receiver fits for the New York Giants. Tyson is 1. Not Tate, not Lemon, Tyson. We've been on this. I think that's who they want. But I've been rambling. Talk to me, man. What's your thoughts on a possible trade up or trade back from one of those picks so they can solidify the 2 cats that they want? I think getting a back-to-back or back to maybe skip and then get another one is a best case scenario for the Giants, because you're not getting Tyson and Downs with 5 and 10. One of them's going to be gone by the time you get to that second pick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trading up. I'm not getting desperate to get those guys. If push comes to shove, if I want Tyson that bad, I'm taking him at 5. And then I'm taking the best player available at 10, which could be the guard, or it could be Caleb Downs, or some miracle Sonny Styles and somebody falls to 10. But I'm not trading up and losing assets after I just gained the asset. Because if you trade up from 10 to 6, you said, probably gonna have to give up your second round pick this year. They're gonna want you to give up something this year. They're not gonna trade down and go out the first round and then have nothing in the first round. And nothing extra in a round this year, like a second. You don't even have a third round pick, so you're definitely not taking a 4th.
To go from 10 to 6 is 300 points. The Giants can give up next year's second to get that probably. Or, let me see. It'd be good if they had a third, because a third might have did it.
Yeah, the third might have did it this year. They're gonna want something.
I don't think they have to give up. I don't think they would have to give up that much. To be honest with you.
It's not saying give up that much, but they're gonna want something this year. And can you afford to lose that second round pick and miss out on the guard?
Maybe they don't want nothing this year. Maybe they want something next year for the quarterback draft. That's what you gotta think about too. They apparently, well, we'll see. I like Shador, but we'll see. But I think they're going to be, teams are going to be trying to get assets for next year as well, too. You got to keep that in mind. Yeah. Any of these teams trying to trade out, they're going to want, it's good to get something this year. But again, if you're trading, normally you trading back for next, normally you trading down, because remember how these teams is getting these second picks. They trading players, but they also trading and drafts and trading for the next year's draft. Remember, the Browns were the ones. Hold on. Remember, the Browns were the ones that were trying to get the NFL to let them trade future drafts like they do in the NBA. That was the team trying to do it. You can give them something next year. They'll take it. I promise you.
Okay, but if they're trying to get a quarterback or something next year, that second round pick, I won't want a first.
I won't want to get everything you want. It's a negotiation.
So If I'm the Browns, I'm like, well, no, I'm just gonna take the player that I want at 6. Why risk losing out?
Okay.
Why risk losing out on the player that I want at 6?
This is
drop to 10.
This is why teams do that, because what was that? This is why teams do that though, because if you're the Browns, right, and so you got a couple offers on the table. Say you're not really big on any of these players. Which that 6, who could they possibly? I mean, they could want whoever, but you can probably drop down a few spots and still get your guy and still pick up assets if you're the Cleveland Browns. That's the only thing that I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's an option. You know, because, or what if you swap 5 and 6 with the Browns and you pick up an asset? Here's the trade option. If the Browns want to jump up, because you could have a trade on the table for the Chiefs, and say for shits and giggles, the Cowboys want to come up and get Arvell Reese or somebody. You could have a trade on the table for other teams and then tell a team behind you, hey, if you want your guy, you better come up because there's other teams on the phone.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
And they trying to get up. So there's a couple different ways you can play this if you're the Giants. But I think the goal for them is they want a defensive player and Tyson. And
that's
I think
exactly what they want.
I think the only way you get that,
you got to take Tyson at 5.
You got to take Tyson at 5 and try to get up with your 10 pick to get Downs or, well, yeah, it would be Downs because he would be the only one left out of that big 3 of Ohio State players, Reese, Styles, and
Downs. So this is how I'm looking at it, bro. I'm getting Jordan Tyson no matter what. I think that's what they're going to do. Jordan Tyson will be there at 5. So my best case scenario is, say Arvell Reese is there at 5. And the Cowboys really want him, which, good Lord, I'm not trading the Cowboys. So I could get Arvell Reese to add to that. Good God. But let's just say you go to the Browns. You know what I mean? You say you go to the Browns. Hey, the Cowboys looking to give us 2 first-round picks to get up to number 5. We're gonna drop to 12 and drop to 10. I mean, drop. So we have 10 and I think 12. So the Browns be like, "No, we want Arvell Reese. So we'll give you the 6th pick and maybe a 2nd-round pick this year, and something next year, like a 2nd-round pick next year too." Or maybe they give up the first next year to counteract what the Cowboys did. And you want Jordan Tyson, they want Arvell Reese. Well, they take Arvell Reese at 5 after trading up with you, and now you're at 6. So what if somebody wanted? What if the Chiefs want Carnell Tate, and they still got 9 and 29 they're waiting? Are you? And Caleb Downs is still available. I think the Commanders would take Caleb Downs. And I think the Saints is the one that would try to take Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, whoever the Giants don't take, the Commanders are taking.
Yep.
That's a fact.
So that's the issue there. You got to stay in front of the Commanders if you don't want them to take Jordan Tyson, because I promise you they're going to do it.
They're going to take
or Caleb Downs. They're going to get one
Sonny
of them.
Styles if he drops. They're going to take whoever they don't take. The Commanders are going to take. That's why I'm saying Commanders ain't taking Carnell Tate. He too much like Terry McLaurin, in my opinion. They're going to want Jordan Tyson. Everybody wants Jordan Tyson. So that's why I'm saying, bro. The only way you getting both of them is the Giants are gonna have to be okay with not having Caleb Downs at that point.
Yep. If you want Jordan Tyson that bad, you're risking out of losing on that defensive player that you want. And just take the guard. go offensive guard and Jordan Tyson.
Now your defense is.
I mean, your defense is still good. You're good.
Are you?
Yeah, you can get your defensive tackle in the second round if you want a defensive tackle that bad, or get you a cornerback in the second round. But your offense could be set. It's not the end of the world if you don't come away with one of these defensive guys. It's not the end of the world.
I mean, I agree. I just don't think the Giants agree. I think they really want. I think there's a struggle, not a bad struggle. Not nobody fighting and bickering like try these media people put out. They don't like Joe Shane. Joe Shane. I think they are. I think they're negotiating him and Harbaugh on who to get here at 5, and they got to be okay with losing out on the other player they want at 10. So who moves the needle here? Is it Downs? Is it Reese? Is it Styles? Is it Tyson? I think, remember, NFL is a business. I think selling the fans on an offense with Jordan Tyson, Malik Neighbors, and Isaiah Likely and Jackson Dart, and Cam Scatterbo, I think that
you take that kid at 5
was what ownership would want. I think they could sell the fans on it.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, if the Giants really want a defensive player at 10, you just got to take the best one available. It may be Mansour Delane if he drops. It may be Caleb Downs. It may be Caden Proctor. It may be what's the other? It may be another edge rusher. I don't know. But whoever is there, you just got to take the best defensive player available. If that's what if you want something for your defense, I think they have to add a talent to that defense after losing Dexter Lawrence. I don't think you need to replace Dexter Lawrence. I think you just need to add talent on that side of the ball, because right now you're just looking at them edge rushers and that's it. Talent wise, it's just it's a little dry in that secondary. It's a little dry up front now. You know what I'm saying? So you want to add talent. I don't think they'll be the worst defense in the NFL or anything like that, but you're going to get ran on. You're going to get thrown on. And you better hope that offense is healthy enough to put up some points, because you leaning more towards a Bengals type of team where it's heavy offense.
You know what I'm saying? Not in defense, they nowhere near that bad.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying heavy offense. I'm talking offense side of the ball is going to be heavy.
I'm saying if you do the Jordan Tyson, and even if they went offensive guard, this defense is not that bad when you really look at them, because that addition of Tremaine Edmonds is huge. And you get DJ Reader, maybe Shelby Harris at the defensive tackle position. You have some veterans there. You still got your 3 edge rushers. McFadden, let's see if he can make some tackles. And I wouldn't be mad if they took Mansour Delane at 10. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at that, because those LSU corners always turn out to be good, the top LSU corners. And I think we got a defensive person here that knows what they're doing and knows how to attack with this defense. So that's what I think changes, because that defense, even last year, when Chuck came in, they were balling. They were playing pretty doggone well. It was Brian Dable's offense that couldn't bring it home for him in those games when Chuck got in there. So it just depends, but I do think Jordan Tyson makes the most impact when it comes to making an impact for Jackson Dart, for sure, in this team.
Yeah. Now let's get to the Jets side of this. If you're the Jets, here's what here's what people haven't been talking about. What if the Jets? Okay, so let's take Mendoza, right? He's going 1. What if the Jets trade out of 2? If you're the Jets, would you trade out of 2?
No.
Why not?
I'm taking the best defensive player available at 2. Who's going to trade up to 2 with you? Especially since there's no quarterback available.
Listen, if Arizona has a trade partner, the Jets should have a trade partner. If they're talking about Arizona possibly trading out, the Jets should have the option to trade out too. Why wouldn't you? Do you want Arvell? If you look, they're already undecided on who they want. Arvell, Reese, or David, maybe not anymore, but they were already waffling. And if you just need a piece for your defense, just stay in the top 10. We're already talking about it. One of them defensive players are going to drop.
You know how much you have to give to get to the number 2 pick?
Depends on where you coming from, bro.
None of those teams behind. I wouldn't trade with the Jets. None of those. I wouldn't trade with the Jets.
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't trade with the Jets if I'm the Cardinals because I want to get what I want there. I'm not trading with the Jets if I'm the Titans. I'm going to get what I want there. The Giants definitely don't need to trade up. They need as many assets as they can get. Who are the Browns trying to trade up to get? I'm waiting to see what happens. I could get Carnell Tate. I could get Sonny Styles, Avril Reese, Jeremiah Love. Any one of those guys can drop there. Caleb Downs. They will take Caleb Downs too.
So your other component that none of these teams are going to trade. Because that's what you're telling me. You're telling me why would anybody trade in 5? You're telling me why would anybody trade with the Giants? Why would anybody trade with the Jets? But somehow the Cardinals have a trade partner. Somehow the Browns have been talking about trading out, but somehow the Giants and Jets.
I'm talking about the Jets. I'm not trying to go down out of the top 10. The only team I see in the top 10 that would trade with them is the Chiefs. And even 9-29 might not even be good enough to get up to number 2. If you look at the chart, you're going to have to give up a lot to get because the number 2 pick is worth what? 1,300 points? 2,600 points.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the 9th pick worth?
1,300. 1,350. According to the draft tech chart.
Yeah, so what's the 29th pick worth?
Let's see. 640.
So you're not even at 2,000 and the number 2 pick is worth 2,600?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you will have to give up a first, the 29th, the 9th, the 29th, maybe the 40th pick. And what's the 40th pick worth?
500.
And you still got another 100 and some points to go. So you probably have to give up like a fifth. Let's just say 129 second next year and probably a fifth or fourth or fifth or maybe even a third this year if the Jets get greedy enough. I don't think the Chiefs are willing to give up that much to get up to number 2 to choose who. Because they're Avril Reese, maybe.
I don't know.
That's the reason why I say it's going to be hard to trade up with the Jets at 2,600. What's the 3rd pick worth? Like 2,000? 22. So, yeah, that's why 129 and another pick makes sense. They trade up with the Cardinals, with the Chiefs, with the Jets, and especially with the Jets knowing that, hey, I'm going to drop almost at the top 10, and I need a premier player, somebody that I could promote. Heck yeah, I'm going to want the farm for this number 2 pick. So that's the only reason why I'm saying I don't see a feasible trade partner with them. Because none of the teams right behind them need to trade up to get anything. You see what I'm saying? I think the most
All right, so let me do this. I'm trying to get this exercise going on here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rig the draft for y'all. Y'all want to have some fun? Check it out. because you're being too logical with this. We're doing scenarios here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is about. What ifs? Because the draft, you don't know what teams want to do. You don't know who wants to trade up, trade out, or because again, it's all about how the board falls. And if the Jets are trying to trade up from 10, then they should be open to trading out from 2. I don't see why not. But anyway, let's play this game. What if the Jets and Giants got funky with this draft? And if you did a trade, say the Giants trade back. I mean, the Jets trade with the Giants. I'm just making a scenario here. They get 2, they go to 5. Boom. Accepted. Say the Giants give up a second next year and a third. So let's go back. Let's give them, let's say, how can I make this work? Well, I'm just going to do it like that. I'm just going to say 2 firsts. All right. Boom. Giants get 2. And then say they want, I don't know, for shits and giggles, Jeremiah Love. Reese, Styles. Jets get Bailey. Now, Tate, Downs, fucking ads, Lemon, and Delane. Now, what if the Giants traded 10 back to the Jets? And they give them a first back.
They would have to give them probably
44 or 33.
You see what I'm saying? Because those picks are worth way less. But let's just say you can force it through, just put some stuff on there. But they would probably give up either that Dallas or Indianapolis Colts first.
First, right?
Get that.
And let's just throw in a pick for the Giants here. Let's just get it to go through. All right. But it would be 10 for like 16 in the first.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Jets come up to 10 and get Tyson. That would be some wild shit. Because the Jets and the Giants actually control this draft. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because you got they got 4 picks in the top 16. Now, the Jets apparently want Jordan Tyson too. Who knew? So that's why I did the trade scenario right there. Because they're gonna want to trade up back into the top 5. So the Jets get 2 top 10 picks. The Giants get 1, but they get future picks and they get 16. And they can take a guard there at 16. And then say they didn't trade up. I just did Jeremiah Love just for shits and giggles, like I said. Say if it was Sonny Styles, or say if it's say they want to get ahead of the Titans for Sonny Styles, or say they want to get ahead of them for Caleb Downs, or whoever it is, Tyson. You know what I'm saying? I think the Giants and Jets could work that trade.
I could picture this happening. The Jets staying at 2, The Giants staying at 5. Let's just say the Jets take David Bailey at 2, and the Giants take Jordan Tyson at 5. I think the Jets would trade back up in the top 10 if they see somebody that they want. Let's say Carnell Tate or somebody falls to number 10, or somebody really good falls to number 10, somebody that they want. I think they would do that trade. I think the Giants would fall back to 16, add another first round pick next year, and take a guard.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah. But I think I think this is how I see it going. Honestly. So we're gonna do one more sim here, and then we're gonna get to basketball. But I really think it's gonna go Mendoza. This is my draft prediction for the top 10. Bailey, Love, and it's going to be tough for the Titans to pick between Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles.
Mm-hmm. Because one of them is going there.
Yeah. But I think in this scenario, I know Giants fans, I've been telling y'all, I don't think the Giants are in on Sonny Styles like everybody thinks. It could be a massive smokescreen, and that would be a hell of a job by Harbaugh and the front office to hide that. But, you know, we dive into this draft stuff heavy, and I'm always looking and listening and hearing different opinions and putting my own thoughts together. I don't, for some reason, I don't think so. Now, it makes sense. There's a massive hole there, you know, at linebacker. You only got McFadden after Edmonds. You only got McFadden and Muasau, who aren't great. I don't think the Giants are in on it like a lot of people think. I think the Titans are. I think the Titans go Sonny Styles. See their top two needs are edge and linebacker. So that's what I'm saying. They could go Reese or Styles. It's going to be interesting, but
I think they choose Reese because I believe he's a more impact player for them. I think they choose Reese, but let's just say they do go Sonny Styles.
I think they go Sonny Styles here in this scenario.
All right. Well, yep.
And then the Giants got to pick between Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, and Jordan Tyson. And I'm telling y'all right now, if they can't trade out at this point from 5, it's a chance they take Arvell Reese. But me, I'm thinking they're going Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, I'm telling you, draft Jordan Tyson in.
I'm thinking they're going Jordan Tyson.
So
now the Browns, again, remember I told you about that tackle need. That's their number one need.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show y'all what I'm talking about, because
I think they would go that Francis Mayoga guy.
I don't have a lot of time here tonight, so I'm gonna make this quick. But when you look at the Browns roster, you gotta look at these teams' rosters. You can't just listen to the media. Look at their line, bro. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
They got Tyus Howard, DeWan Jones, Zion Johnson, Elton Jenkins, and Tevin Jenkins, the Jenkins brothers, on the line. Them cats is going Francis Mount, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah.
That happen.
Yeah.
So look,
yeah.
You go back to the draft board.
They taking Maui Noah. But now you got the Commanders here. Where the Commanders go Carnell Tate, or Caleb Downs? I'm thinking they're going Caleb Downs. It says wide receivers their number one need, though. And I agree. But would they go Carnell Tate here? That is the question. The Commanders can throw the Giants off with this pick because the Saints are going Ruben Bain Jr. from everything I'm hearing. So we'll get to them in a second. Saints and the Chiefs. Both of their needs are edge. Everybody would think the Saints are, because you know the old New Orleans Saints, they always drafting receivers and running backs, shit like that, just like the Falcons. But this Saints team is different.
Best case scenario, bro. Washington goes Carnell.
You gotta hope Washington takes Carnell Tate. This is the guy right here that could fall out the top 10. Carnell Tate. Because of the rise of Jordan Tyson.
And if the Chiefs don't move up, they're taking Delane.
Yeah, I think they take Delane, or God forbid an edge rushers there. They're probably going to go edge. You know Spags. You know how he get down. We know Spagnola. And the Chiefs are trying to make their defense more of a strength than their offense now with Mahomes and some of these guys getting older. Say Washington takes, I think they would take Caleb Downs. But say they take Carnell Tate. You still got Arvell Reese on the board.
He's going to the Saints. I didn't know Reese was still on the He's going to the Saints. Hands down.
You see what I'm saying?
They're taking Arvell Reese hands down.
So would the Commanders go Arvell Reese at that point, though? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's undo it. Let's give the Commanders Arvell Reese.
And then if they go Arvell Reese, the Saints are going Tate.
I think the Saints go Ruben Bain Jr., bro. From everything I'm hearing from them, they like this kid right here.
Then if they go Ruben Bain Jr., shit, I still think the Chiefs take Delane.
I'm gonna tell you why Carnell Tate is sliding, because he's not a true number one in a lot of people's eyes. He's really good, but they see Tyson as a legit one. And if there's one of one in this draft, the other guy, he's gonna slide. I could see somebody drafting Mekhi Lemon over him if they just want a slot dude.
Yeah,
and
true.
it's not to knock Carnell Tate's ability. I think he's really good. I just don't think he's a true one in a sense in NFL's team's minds. More like a 2, 1A, 1B type dude, you know, maybe like more of a 2. So I'm thinking the Saints go edge with Ruben Bain Jr. The Chiefs go Mansour Delane. And that is the only way the Giants will get Caleb Downs and Jordan Tyson.
So let's keep it a buck. Go down.
On the board or on the picks?
On the board. Because I don't think the Giants do this, but they have a chance to trade down. Say if somebody wants to come up and get Carnell Tate, like the Rams.
Yeah,
I don't think the Dolphins take a safety. Now the Cowboys is the mugs that will ruin.
Cowboys are taking, they're gonna take.
You see what I'm saying? The Cowboys will ruin it by taking Downs right there at 12.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you will have to risk if you trade with the Rams, because the Rams, don't they got 2 first rounders?
The Rams?
No, they gave up a first rounder.
They don't. The Dolphins got the first rounder. I mean,
no, the Chiefs got their first.
The Chiefs,
rounder.
the Chiefs 29. Yeah, that would have been their first.
So is losing out on Downs and taking, let's say, Vega at 13 as a consolation prize if the Cowboys get Downs. Would you risk that, saying that the Rams will give up number 13 and their second round pick this year? is really
If Downs is there, I'm taking Downs. I'm not trading out. Only way I'm trading out of this pick if Downs and my top two options are gone. If you couldn't get Tyson and you couldn't get Downs, trade out. Then take the tackle. I mean the guard. Because at that point, who would you be looking at taking? Carnell Tate, Spencer Fano, McCoy's going to drop because he got injury concerns. I mean, you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking the Giants should do. Now if you're the Jets, now we got to get to the Jets. It's heart of the city. So if you're the Jets now, would you trade? See what I'm saying? The Jets have to love Mekhi Lemon or Carnell Tate to want to get up ahead of these teams because the Rams, they're going to take a receiver. Cowboys could, but I doubt it. Ravens, probably not. Bucks, nah. So the Jets could stick and pick. But if they really want that dude, they need to get ahead of the Dolphins.
Yep, ahead of the Dolphins and Rams. I think those are two receivers being taken right there, the Dolphins
and Rams. So this is the option where the Giants and Jets can actually make a trade too. If the Giants are okay with losing out on Downs. And the Jets really want a Carnell Tate or Mekhi Lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Jets are going to have to get up in front of these teams. Because when Tate and Lemon go, then you looking at Omar Cooper Jr. or Concepcion, the next two-tier receivers. Don't know how much people like them, but you know, that's that. Wow, we're an hour in already. All right, cool. Let's go to. But yeah, that's how I see that going. It's just one of those things where it could work out a number of different ways with the Jets and Giants, and they could be negotiating trades together because they both got these 2 first-round picks. You could set yourself up very nicely in MetLife Stadium if you're the Jets and the Giants. With the Jets, I think you want a defensive player and a receiver. I think the Giants want a defensive player and a receiver. Which ones will they get? We're going to find out tomorrow right here on Unpopular Opinion Sports with the Aboriginal Sports Network and Big Pat Sports Talk, man. We got you covered with the draft, man. All 3 rounds coming right at you, man. So keep it locked right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. Now, let's talk about the New York Knicks. I don't understand why this Knicks team it's just weird the way they play basketball to me. Like you got Karl Anthony Towns, but it's like you use him sparingly for some reason. Now in that game 1, remember he got hot down the stretch. And game 2, you know, you got 18 points, 8 rebounds, but what did you get in the 4th? You see what I'm saying? And it's like when the 4th quarter comes, it's like Jalen Brunson or bust. I don't that's my thing. I don't know how the Knicks get through the East playing like this. You know, they don't play real well, and it seems like in crunch time situations, unless it's just Jalen Brunson or bust. The Knicks bench is not good. They have been underperforming. You see right there, outside of Mitchell Robinson and Clarkson, which I've been saying, I don't like the guys they got on the bench right now. Shamit is cheeks, in my opinion. Alvarado, man, not a big fan. McBride, he should be better, but he's been struggling. And that's it. It's Mitchell Robinson, Jordan Clarkson. You know, he can give you some scoring. And so everybody ragged on Tom Thibodeau for overplaying guys or overplaying his starters. But when you look at this Knicks bench, I don't blame him for running them starters all game long. And this ain't even the same team as last year. They actually, in a lot of people's eyes, got better on the bench. So I don't know, man. I think the Knicks get through this series. Atlanta is but at that damn CJ McCollum, boy, you got to slow him down.
Yeah, he hooping.
Yeah.
DJ putting the bangs on him out there.
Yeah, man. It's always one. It's always one of them dudes that the Knicks just can't stop in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. It's always one. Remember, you had Reggie Miller. You had the dang on Trey Lance. Remember, he was with the Hawks. He was tearing them up. Mm-hmm. You had shit. Who else used to kill him? You had Halliburton last year. Yep. Like these dudes, bro.
A couple of years ago, you had Ice Trey shooting dice on y'all logo.
Yup, Trey Young. And it's like, dang, man. that be the thing right here. But look, the Knicks got a size advantage. I keep trying to emphasize this with Cat Towns. You have the mismatch with this Okongwu guarding him. You gotta feed this dude the ball in the post. I know it's not the style that you want to play, but if you really want to beat this Hawks team, you got to get busy inside. You know, it just I don't like all the 3-point shooting. You know what I'm saying? You look at how many threes. I mean, they didn't take an egregious amount. It took 34 threes. You only hit 32% though.
That's why you don't take a bunch of threes if you're the Knicks. You're not a good 3-point shooting team like that.
See what I'm saying? Cal Bridges, boy, I tried to tell you, Bridges, bro. Ooh-wee. But anyway, you know, you got Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, Hart, whatever. Like you said, not big 3-point guys. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you got Steph Curry or goddamn, you know what I'm saying, Donovan Mitchell, somebody back there jacking them up. Like, it's not like that, you know? So, and again, I do think that this Knicks team should be able to get through this series. Next series, I mean, we'll see who they face, but it's going to be tough to win games in this playoffs with this team playing like this, you know? Like, you gave away a home game. You don't want to extend this series no further than it needs to go.
7 games.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the way it looked like it's going to be.
Yeah, because the Hawks, I mean, you think you're going to sweep the Hawks at home? You know, now everybody, you know, and I've been to Atlanta. It is New York South. But it's still Atlanta's building. It's still that team, and they're going to play well at home. Remember, in the NBA, home court is bigger in the NBA because young players feed off the crowd energy. You know what I'm saying? When that crowd is ripping and rocking, and you know what I'm saying, your adrenaline start pumping. You know what I'm saying? You guarding on defense. Now, you know what I'm saying? You taking it to the hole. You feeding off that, and young players feed off that. The Hawks are definitely getting one at the crib, which means it's going to go back to the guard and go back to Atlanta for a game 6, then back to the guard for a game 7. And look, you know, you gotta hope Boston and Philly gets that done. You know, that Philly can keep Boston, you know, in a long series. Miz says Knicks in 5. I'm thinking Knicks in 5 too, but I don't look. This is one of these series that can drag out because you let them steal a game. Yep. You see what I'm saying? You let them steal a game. You can't let these teams get confidence on you. Now they going back to the crib. What if they go back to the crib and you coming back to the Garden down 3-1? Oh my God. which could very well happen.
They do that, man. That team need to be broke up.
I think it's gonna get broke up anyway. But here's the thing. You want to at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals, don't you?
Not the way they're playing. I don't see them getting past the Pistons. I don't see them getting past the Magic, the Celtics. I don't see them getting past any of them teams. Now, if they're going to keep putting Karl-Anthony Towns at the top of the key and he getting turnovers, and then Brunson getting turnovers himself, that's what killed them. Look at the turnover rate. They had 6 turnovers combined.
Yeah.
That's what hurt.
Anthony Towns had 6 himself in game 1, which is why he don't need to be your facilitator.
Facts.
And Brunson, you know, he played more of a, even though he's small, you know what I'm saying? He's more of a combo-ish type of guard where on the offensive end where he's not really a high assist guy. He's more or less looking for his shot. And that's another thing right there. I just think this team isn't well put together. The pieces don't match for how they should be playing. It can, but the coach isn't putting them in that spot where you can play that 2-man inside out game with Towns and Brunson with the pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? And
they got Brunson doing the rolling. That's what's killing me. Mets right. Brown doesn't fit. Brown should be putting these dudes in the right goddamn spots. You know, Randall on this team would have been great. That worked. That worked, but they were too impatient. No, and when they traded for Karl-Anthony Towns, I said that was weird.
I said it didn't make no sense. I didn't like that trade. I said it right then and there. The Knicks have made bad trades for all that people applaud them for, and this team doesn't fit. And the trades they made, they're not panning out. Because now, if you don't get through the playoffs this year, now you're going to be looking at more changes. They're already saying major changes are coming, which means you're probably going to fire Brown after one season maybe, and then you're going to try to get Giannis. And the only way you get him is to flip him for Towns and something else. And then we ain't even going to talk about the 7 picks you gave up for Bridges. 7 picks to the Nets. And people at the time saying them picks ain't gonna be worth nothing. Oh, are they? Because if you break up this team in a year or two because they can't get over the hump, guess what? You in rebuild mode, and them picks go up. You know, so Giannis is not. That's not true. Giannis is way better than Karl-Anthony Towns. And Giannis, Giannis will actually make this team here go. And what I mean go, I mean run up the court. Oh shit, they go Man Cave. Bring Man Cave on. Cave, what's good?
What's good, fellas? Salute,
What's
salute.
good? Thanks for tapping in, man. You came in right at the right time. Check it out, bro. We talking about this Knicks team, and why is it that this team right here, why do they play Towns so much outside the post when they have a clear advantage with the matchup between him and Okongwu?
You know, you heard it on the broadcast. I said the same thing too, but that's Mike Brown, man. He has Sabonis at the top too. I don't know why they do it from the high post. They should do it from the low post on the block. They should run it from the block. That's what I say. The coaches of today are totally different because I'm watching a lot of games in the NBA, and it's the same thing. All these guys are catching the ball high there, not taking advantage of mismatches. Because I even watched the Orlando game. You got 3, 6'10" dudes, and they got all this height, and they not even take advantage of mismatches. So that's the thing in today. They don't take advantage of mismatches in today's NBA, man. Like I said, we in a soft era. This is a soft league, man. That's all these guys do is shoot jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
Game is gone. They don't want to post up. Like I said, I mean, you do like 2 or 3 dribbles, guys are flopping, you know. So, or the NBA says like you got to call 3 seconds or something like that. It's like they don't let them like pound the ball no more, like take it all the way down and pound the ball no more because they don't want that style of basketball. But as far as Towns, like I said, yeah, man, on the broadcast, he should be getting the ball down in the post to take advantage of that mismatch and stuff like that. That would be much better because that way then he'll get double teamed. You can find somebody cutting to the basket or somebody open for a 3-point shot. But if he's getting the ball at the 3-point line, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? That's too far away from the basket. You don't have to
and what's up with this Brunson hero ball, man? Like that shit gotta stop too because look, man, I like Jalen Brunson. Think he's a good player, but there's a reason why people say he can't be a number 1 option on a championship team. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a liability on defense, and the hero ball, man, from 6-foot point guard. I don't like that. Like you need to be more of a facilitator. And again, this is on his head coach, but everybody wanted Thibodeau, Thibodeau gone. And everybody wanted him out here because he played his starters too many minutes. And they said his offense was stagnant and outdated. But when I'm looking at this shit here, that's why Knicks fans are saying, well, damn, we should have just kept Thibs if this was going to be the case. Because this dude right here, and I could have told y'all, Mike Brown just don't got the feel of a dude that's just going to lead you to a championship team. Although he has one with who, though? Who was on that team?
He's on the Warriors.
See what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. It's just like it don't feel right. The team don't feel like it's a good mix or cast of characters. You know what I'm saying?
I think what it is more like this is not a Mike Brown's team. This is more of a half-court team. Mike Brown wants to play fast. These guys don't play fast. And I always say on my broadcast, the Knicks don't want to run. They want to walk the ball up court. You can't do that.
Right.
You got to play an up-tempo style of basketball. They don't want to do that too much. They could do it in spurts, but that's not going to cut it. You see, and that's what I say with Brunson is like the hero ball and stuff like that. And like I said, a lot of point guards in today, the NBA, their skill level is so low. They can't facilitate. They can't, like Mitchell Robinson's open all the time for like a easy breakaway. I mean, for a dunk, alley-oops. You won't find him in the lane. He'll take the shot instead of like coming in there and drawing it. See, like you need a guard like Chris Paul, like how he had like David West and Tyson Chandler. He made those guys, you know, more like Tyson Chandler because David West was good, but Tyson Chandler was getting like 20 and 10 as he get easy putbacks all the time, easy alley-oop dunks. And Brunson, like I said, the thing with Brunson is like he's not really an attacking point guard all the time. He's always dribbling the ball around the 3-point line and stuff like that. If he would just attack and go to the basket, he'll have a lot of options down there to either pass off or even get a little shot, but he'd rather just dribble around and do a step back 3-point shot.
Yeah. I don't I don't like it. Now let's talk about game 3.
Mm-hmm.
What, other than what we talked about, the Knicks need an answer for CJ McCollum. Like, he's been tearing them up in this matchup. What do they do about that? Like, who you put on them? Like, how would you play McCollum? Because it ain't been the main dude, which is
right,
Jalen Johnson. He only had 17. And I think game 1 he didn't have that many points either. I think like 18. So he hasn't been killing you. It's been McCollum.
Mm-hmm. Then the thing with McCollum is
what they gotta do, bro.
They could put like Josh Hart on them, but also the screens. They don't want to fight over the screens. If you don't fight over the screens, that's what happens. And they get picked off on the screens. You can't. You gotta man up. You gotta play like a man. You gotta play strong. Go against those screens. Go through those screens and get McCollum, because they switching off to get Brunson on them. But it's like, hey, go with Hart. Or like I said, probably Bridges at times. Because Bridges, I don't care too much for his defense too much. Hart and like probably Anunoby or something like that is like they could do a switch off or something like that. It's like, but basically they just got to fight over the screen, because McCollum gonna get a lot of screens, and that's the thing, you got to fight over those screens, But then with Brunson is, like I said, with him, defense is just like hustle and determination. That's all it is. So if you're not giving forth the effort, you're gonna be exposed out there, and that's what happens. He's not trying to give forth too much of an effort. See what I'm saying? And that's why they hunt stuff like that. If you give forth an effort, fight over screens and stuff like that, and stay with his man and stuff like that, he'll be much better. But he's not. So and the Hawks can see that. And my whole thing is like, hey, double team McCollum, give him the ball to somebody else, make somebody else beat you, because it's been on McCollum or Jalen Johnson, who really hasn't done too much, but those like the two options. At least McCollum now, that's it. And like I said, the Knicks they've been having control of both games and stuff like that. So I mean, they just collapsed in this game, but I can see them going to Atlanta and taking care of business. But and again, who knows? If they're consistent, they got to be consistent for 48 minutes. That's the thing. They got to play hard for 48 minutes, and that's been the problem. They play hard for like 20 minutes, 24 minutes. They got to play hard for 48 minutes. If they play hard for 48 minutes, they can win these games.
Yeah, no doubt, bro.
And the bench, they need to bench up the bench.
That's the thing.
The benches has not helped really in these first 2 games. These guys got to come alive. Like Shamman has been a liability. You know what I'm saying? So it's just been Clarkson and Mitchell Robinson, but Deuce has just been. I know coming back from the injury, but like, hey, we need him to shoot that ball and score some points and stuff like that, and also run the offense too and stuff like that. So we got to get him going, So, and I know, like I said, Diawara hasn't played it. He's out of rotation, but I think he should play, because he would give the Hawks a defensive size that they haven't seen. You know what I'm saying, against Jalen Johnson and those guys, they should play him. So Mike Brown has some.
How tall is Diawara?
He's 6'9".
6'9". Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to put your size out there, man, because the Hawks are not a big team. You know what I'm saying?
Throw a different wrinkle at these guys. You got to do something. Throw them off.
And the Knicks just need, like you said, the Knicks got to play McCollum better and play on them screens better, but also, You can't let the Hawks just get wide open shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like these dudes in the NBA these days. They just sit there wide open all the time.
NBA, bro.
Wide open, just, you know what I'm saying? Like the Jalen Brunson commercial, we throw the shot up, call them on a cell phone. Like, it be like that, bro. It's like they be so open.
And these dudes can't shoot. That's the problem. They can't shoot. And they
test
wide open.
The shots, and you don't let them get second chance points. Just contest everything. You know what I'm saying? If a guy can make a jump shot with a hand in his face, he's just a good shooter. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe these guys are all that great at shooting.
No, they not.
When it's contested. You see what I'm saying? When you wide open, then you get hit 40-50% from 3.
Right, you self-check.
I can do that, you know what I'm saying?
Self-check out there in the basketball court, you self-check.
Real shit, man. Like, but
Yeah, but
what's
three.
your prediction for game 3, man? I'm gonna call game 4. I know you're going to the game, but what you thinking about game 3? How you feeling? Give me a prediction.
I mean, I'm feeling good. Like I said, down here is gonna be crazy because it's gonna be more Knicks fans in the arena and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's almost like a home game. It's got like home game for the Knicks. So, like I said, this is a good series for the Knicks. It's just up to the team if they're gonna just shoot and and perform. That's all. That's all it is, man. So hopefully the bench can get their act together. I feel good, man. I think we can take both of these games down here in Atlanta, man. So hey, it's crazy in there, man. It's always fun, and for some reason the Knicks they play better with adversity. I don't know what it is, man. The cardiac Knicks, man. They don't like it too easy. So hopefully they can get out here and take care of business and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like a lot of these New York teams. They don't do anything easy. It's just
right.
But I think the Knicks are gonna win game 4. I mean game 3. Now game 4, I don't know. Something telling me this series is coming back to 2.
Yeah, I mean, it could, man.
It goes 6. I don't think you wanted to go 6 if you the Knicks, but I do think the Knicks still got the advantage in this series. Like you said, they were up by 14, but when you play how they play with it, when I look at it on the court, like people could look at a stat line and be like, "Oh yeah, the Knicks played well."
Mm-hmm.
Nah, not really. They really aren't playing that well per se. The Hawks is just not the Hawks are not they're a good team, but they're not on the Knicks level as far as talent is concerned. And it just that's why the Knicks should win this series. But don't let it drag out. You let it drag out. When you let a series drag out, guess what happens? It ain't about players getting tired. It's about players getting hurt and banged up throughout these things. You see what the Spurs are dealing with now with Wembanyama not dead. The Rockets have missed game 1 without Kevin Durant. So like that's what happens in these series. You start to see injuries pile up. You want to get it done, get it out the way as soon as possible. But I have a sneaky suspicion that this series is going to drag out a little bit longer than the Knicks want. And that's not going to be good for the future series that you got to play.
No, not at all, man. But like I said, the NBA has been look at the Celtics. I mean, Sixers beat the Celtics. I mean, the T-Wolves came back against the Nuggets, and then the Pistons beat up on today. It's just crazy, man.
It's back and forth. But yeah, man, let's get to baseball real quick. Look, Yankees won. Yankees are 15-9 now. And it's been pitching, man. This team's they got it. The pitching been beastie because Aaron Judge still ain't really been hot yet. I mean, he's only what's his average? I think two something. Yeah, 241. So he had 1 hit and 2 at bats, but and 2 walks. So, but it's really been the pitching. Max Fried 3-1. He's been a killer. 8 innings. Pitchers don't usually give you 8 strong anymore. You know what I'm saying? But this dude went 8. Almost a complete game. Had the 9 Ks. So the Yankees are looking good right now. But I'm not even worried about the Yankees.
Yeah, I think the thing with the Yankees is like they just don't have those type of hitters like from the past where they got good contact hitters or on base guys who get on base a lot or even manufacture runs and stuff like that. It's either a home run or it's nothing or something like that. But when they got runners in scoring position, they getting out. They're not bringing the runners home and stuff like that because they haven't been hitting the ball well.
I'm gonna tell you what this Yankees team's got going on right now. They got a couple guys in this lineup that gives you exactly what you've been saying. That sort of contact, kind of those utility guys,
right?
What they call them,
utility guys.
And you got Grissom, you Chisholm, the isms.
Yeah, it's Chisholm, right?
Yep. You got Rosario, who, like I said, had 4 RBIs. Ahmad Rosario, and then you got Caballero.
Yeah, Caballero.
Yeah, you got him, and Austin Wells hasn't played well, but he's a good behind the plate.
Ben Rice,
and then Ben Rice. That's the guy who's been hot. Ben Rice. So you got some of these guys, you know what I'm saying, around Aaron Judge now that can step up. And this is why the Yankees didn't go out and make no big signings really this offseason, because they needed some of these younger guys and some of these other guys to step up. And they've been doing that this year so far. You know, it hasn't been bad. But it's just like in all these other sports, man. These, you know, sports is becoming, you know, more for show than anything else. So that's why they want the home runs, and that's why they got a lot of swing and miss hitting in the league now, because everybody wants the home run. Everybody wants to dunk, the 3-pointer in basketball. Everybody wants the deep pass and the long touchdown runs in football. So they gear the rules to that. So now they got this little thing where the pitchers got to hit that zone, or they can challenge it and go in there and look and see if the pitch was actually a strike or not, which makes pitchers throw more strikes, which means hitters should hit more.
Yeah, I think they need to take the shift off, man.
The ABS system. Yeah.
I don't like the shift. I don't like the shift, man. I don't like the shift.
Yeah,
back in the day, they just like guys. They just play defense and get more runs and scoring like that. Because the shift to me is just like, it's just crazy, man. But then again, that goes to the hitters. If you got the shift on everybody on one side, you're supposed to slap the ball the other way, and that's what tells you their skill level is not like that. And
they can't do it. Yeah,
what's it? Just like the skill.
Derek
level.
Jeter used to always hit them opposite field hits, bro.
Yep.
Always, yo, right into that gap over the dang on third baseman and the shortstop. Like, yeah, every time, like, yup, there he is again. But yeah, this Mets team, man. This team right here, they got the dub today.
The Soto's back, right?
Yeah, Soto is back. He went 1 for 3, but golly, 12 in a row, boy. Finally get off the snide, man. They've been struggling too, man. They've been struggling hitting the ball.
Yeah, they can't hit the ball.
They can't hit. They can't hit.
Alonso's gone. Alonso gone. They just got Lindor and Soto and stuff like that. But they need to step up.
They need to. I'm thinking this Mets team right here. They put a lot of money into Soto. They put a lot of money into some of these other guys, Bichette, yada yada. So you paid the guys. So is it because a lot of heat is on Mendoza, the manager, and was it Stearns or Steens, the GM?
Oh yeah, Mets went off on them dudes.
Yeah, these guys, they got paid, right? They bought in the players. They spent like a big money team. They went out, got these dudes. Yeah, Stearns. They went out, got these dudes, but they didn't. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like they try to play the Yankees game, how the Yankees used to be back in the day, but it's not working for them. Yeah. They should have just built through the farm system.
And that's another thing I was going to say, the farm system. How's the farm system nowadays? Because, back in the farm system, they had hitters, they had pitchers coming up. Nowadays, I don't even know who's in their farm system, like hitters coming up through the farm system, because they used to go to the Dominican Republic and get all these kids and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, man, and they don't, and that's what I'm saying. You got Bichette, you got Soto. You went out there and got some of these guys. You know what I mean? The pitching for the Mets has been pretty good. You know, Holmes, the other cat, the other day, he pitched pretty well. McCain, is it McCain Mets? But those guys been doing pretty well, I think. It's just the hitting. And you paying these guys a lot of money. Lindor, you got Beatty, you got Bichette,
McLean.
You know what I'm saying? Soto. Like these guys supposed to be hitting. McLean.
Yeah, but it's like the contact is like, and then when Soto is like in the lineup, it's like he's being protected in the lineup. If he ain't got good hitters around him, it's like it ain't gonna work. You know, you gotta have contact hitters or power hitters around him and stuff like that for him to be more.
Alvarez too. So
Vientos.
So these guys ain't freaking hitting the ball, but they getting paid to be big time hitters, and that's what I'm saying.
That's in all sports, man. Guys getting paid and they ain't performing, man.
That is awful, man. That is awful. But Juan Soto back in the lineup, so let's see if the Mets can turn it around,
Get some dubs,
man. You got one out the way, so you got off the snide. And the plate discipline Mets is again, that's because a lot of these dudes, and it's not just the Mets, it's throughout baseball. A lot of these dudes, they chasing a home run. You know what I'm saying? They chasing the home run, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? So they got, you got to play that old school style. You know, hit for contact. You know what I'm saying? Steal bases. You know, manufacture the runs, hitting runs, different things like that, which you can do.
Wait, how about the bunt today? Is the bunt?
Yeah, you see,
that's why I keep saying the skill level is down across all. It's just ridiculous, man. Guys don't even know how to bunt.
Don't bunt no more. No, don't move the runners over. It's just swing, better swing. Yeah, I'm with you, man. The Mendoza's probably gonna lose his job, because it's somebody's got to pay the price for this disaster. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's on the players. I think y'all got the players. They just need to perform. You know, baseball is one of those sports, you know what I'm saying, where an individual can give you a great performance and carry you, much like basketball. You know, football is definitely more team oriented, you know what I'm saying, more through the coaches, through the quarterbacks and different things like that. But with baseball, you know, if you got Aaron Judge, if you got Juan Soto on your team, you should be able to get some runs. You know what I'm saying? Just y'all gave that dude $800 million. I mean, yeah, he need to be out there, and he need to be out there swing, better swing. So, but
it's up to the players, man, around them. They got to step up, man. They got to step up and play. You know, they got batting coaches, hitting coaches. Hey, man, you got to put contact, hit that ball, man.
Definitely. But that's gonna be a show actually for me tonight. And look, NFL draft tomorrow night. It's gonna be a wild one, Keith.
No, and I'm so happy for it, man. I'm like,
it's gonna be a wild one.
It's gonna be a great weekend, man.
We could be looking at a big surprise in that first round. We talked about it a little bit here tonight, but I definitely think the Giants could surprise somebody with that 5th pick.
I mean, I was on Twitter. It's like Jay Glazer saying something's going to happen when somebody's on the clock. He says it's going to shock people. I was like, hey, we'll see what happens. What team that is?
Jordan Tyson.
No, I don't even think he's talking about the Giants. It's just like somebody else is going.
I think it's going to be
Like how Jacksonville did last year and jumped back in.
Oh yeah. Well, the Cardinals. Well, that's what me and Pat was talking about earlier. The Cardinals
Are open for business.
are open, but my thing is like, if the Cardinals are thinking about trading out, why wouldn't the Jets try to trade out and get more picks? Or why couldn't the Titans or the Giants do the same thing? And it's like, I don't know. I think if I'm a team, I would want to trade up with the Titans or Giants because it'll be cheaper. You see what I'm saying?
Come up from 9. Like the Chiefs want to come up.
Wherever you going, it's going to be cheaper to go from say 9 to 5 than 9 to 3.
Oh yeah,
or 9 to 4.
Yeah. Right.
You see what I mean? So, and look, but see the Giants, they always fall in love with these players. In full bloom love with Saquon Barkley. You remember that, right? So maybe they're in full bloom love with Jeremiah Love or Jordan Tyson, and they just can't pass on the player, even though you need more assets.
They gotta hype them up because some other team might want them, so they're hyping them to come up and get them. I don't know, man. You know, so that's what we say. This is a smokescreen season. That's all it is, man.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not gonna hate what the Giants do unless they take that running back.
He said
if you draft that running back, I'm not gonna like it. And I ain't hiding it. I ain't gonna hide it. I'm not gonna like it if they take Jeremiah Love at 5. I will support the player and I will support the pick because I think he's a great, awesome player.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna like it. Outside of that, I don't think they could really go wrong. If you take Tyson, cool. You know what I'm saying? If you take Downs, I'm cool. If you take Styles, I'm cool. Even if you take Arvell Reese, I'm cool. But yeah, that running back, that shit gonna annoy me.
About Jordan Tyson with the injuries and stuff like that, and we have to realize we do have the worst field that causes injuries. We have an injury-prone play come to a field that creates injuries for a lot of players. It ain't the best field to play on, but we'll see, man. I mean, we will see because, like I said,
it ain't the best field to play on.
It's one of the most hated fields to play on.
It's the NFL. Everybody has to play in MetLife Stadium at some point, whether you with the Giants or you playing for somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
By the World Cup supposed to replace it with grass, I think. But hopefully they put the grass. I hope they keep it. I hope they ain't just for the World Cup.
Yeah.
It should have been grass.
It should have. But the thing with Tyson, and we're gonna wrap it up, is I know he has injuries. I know he has an injury history. But any player coming into this league being drafted by the Giants, and you said it, or any other team, you could be completely healthy and then step onto that field day one and get hurt. And it happens every single time. You know, you thinking about cats that they just recently drafted. You know, everybody got hurt last year. Dart hurt, Scatterbo, Neighbors. Those guys wasn't really, you know, like super banged up in college. You know, else my memory is fading. What I mean? But so like, you know, they didn't really have those injury concerns coming out, you know, because we would have heard about it. But with Tyson, it's kind of like, oh God, he's got injuries, and I'm thinking to myself like, maybe he got the injuries out the way.
It's the same thing like Michael Penix. He had all the injuries in college, and I mean, that's the one thing about injuries though. Once you get it, it ain't gonna stop at some point, you know, because you are going to because you're playing. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to happen. It's a high probability. So that's what's going to happen. It's not like it's happened and then it stops. It's never ever going to happen. That's not how it's going to go.
You know how you manage injuries? By creating depth on your team. So even if you take Jordan Tyson, you still got Neighbors, you still got Mooney, Slayton, some of these other cats.
Yeah, you gonna get more receivers later in the draft too.
You
So
see what I'm saying? So the guy could be hurt for 10 games, but then give you 7 games of spectacular play.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe be healthy for the playoffs for a Super Bowl run. Is that worth it? In my opinion, hell yeah.
And
But now, if he's gonna be one of these mid-season type guys, then that's something else you got to think about. But if a guy, misses 3-4 games a season in a 17-game season, I'm not hating that because every player is gonna go through some of that.
I mean, the way I look at this draft with the Giants, we got to come away with 2 blue chip prospects in the first round. That's all I care about. I don't care what combination it is, because like I said, I'm going to trust this coaching staff compared to the old coaching staff. So whatever they do, I'm going to trust them. That's how it's going to be. They know what they're doing. Hey, if they pick a running back, they pick a running back. If they pick 2 offensive linemen in the first 2 picks, I got to go with what they do. They building a team. And if they're going to move back in the draft, hey, move back and get some more capital for either this year or next year. Because next year's supposed to have more blue chips, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that seems. But hey,
they say that shit all the time.
I know.
Right? All the fucking time. Next year, next year's going to be an awesome quarterback draft. That's what they said last year about this year.
No, but we said, but you know what? And that's what I said. I didn't even think about that when they talking about the reason why it's different nowadays compared to in the past is because of the nil deal. Guys are staying in school, not coming out when they anticipate they're supposed to come out. So that's what's throwing things off now, because guys are going back instead of coming out. Because back in the day with no nil deal, guys was coming out. Not because they need that money, but now these guys getting paid handsomely. It's like, oh, I could stay another year. And they, and that throws them off. That's all it is.
Definitely, man. But that I'm excited for tomorrow. I know everybody's excited for tomorrow. I got my draft notes here. I've been going through some things. I've been really tapped into this thing, and I do know that both of these teams should come out with 2 really, really good players. With the picks they got in tomorrow's draft, particularly in the first round. I'm not a big first round guy. I like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round. I like to see who you're going to get there, because those are the guys that's going to fill out the back end of your roster, and those are the guys that create the depth that we always been talking about with this team is missing. This Giants team is top heavy. You know what I mean? And they got to get some good depth in this draft, and I think they're set up to do that. Whether you take the only real spot I think you're going to need a plug and play player is at guard, because I can't feel comfortable starting Evan Neal or Falele at that spot. If I can get a Vega or Pregnon or somebody else, So outside of that, like you don't. And the thing with Love, and I'm gonna finish with this, is if you draft him, that's the thing. Like, you don't need to play him. You can put him in a rotation with Scott Bo, Tracy, whatever. But when you take a player of that caliber, that high in the draft as a running back, you're going to have to run your offense through that player. That is going to be the expectation. So with me, and I'm thinking about this, they like Tyson, they got Neighbors, they drafted Jackson Dart. The Giants, while being balanced with the run game, they're going to want to throw the football a little bit more, I think, than people are anticipating. Everybody just think John Harbaugh's going to come in here and be this ground and pound New York Giants team. What John Harbaugh does, what his track record is he knows how to develop the system based on the talent on the team. He did it with Flacco. He did it with Lamar Jackson. And I'm pretty sure they're going to do it with Jackson Dart. But last words, Cave, and then Pat, and then we're going to get out of here.
Last words, man. Get ready for tomorrow night. It's going to be an epic night tomorrow, man, especially for the Giants fans as well as the Jets fan, because, the Giants and the Jets control about 25% of the first round. So be a lot of blue chip prospects coming to New York tomorrow, man. We will see who's going. Hey, Giants might even surprise. They might move back. It might be 3 players in the first round. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, because if you move back, you could get an extra first round. Some teams got 2 first round picks. You might want to move up, but we will see, man. But it should be a great night. And like I said, with John Harbaugh, he's used to drafting and the back of the draft and still coming out with a lot of good players and moving back. So imagine him with us and early in the draft. We high in the draft. When we move back, we're going to add more and more capital and more stuff and get more players to try to build this team up faster. And we're going to be a more physical, pound team. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great thing. I can't wait for it, man. So I'm good, man.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. Can't wait, man. And think about this. I'm telling you, with Jets, Giants, if you guys are listening, work together. Work together. I gave y'all the scenario. You know what I'm saying? The Jets could come up to 10 with the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Or even you could get funky in the top 5 with the Giants and Jets swip 2 and 5. Or you could, you know what I'm saying? The Jets can move back. The Giants can move back. Like, y'all start do some wheeling and dealing. I want to see some wheeling and dealing from these 2 teams tomorrow night if it's possible. It always takes 2 to tango though, you know. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Like we always do, man. Pat, you got the last words, bro. Take us out.
All right, man. This has been Heart of the City, man. Talking about the NFL draft. Tune in to the Aboriginal Sports Network, Unpopular Opinion Sports, Big Pat Sports Talk, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. We will be doing the whole weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We will be doing the draft, giving you the updated picks on all 3 days. The first round is tomorrow. Me and NYG gonna be hosting the turntables for you guys, and let's hope that our New York teams, if the Jets is your team, let's hope the Jets and the Giants can come out of this draft with something good, man. They got 4 of the top 16 picks. That's a lot of picks in those top 16. So it's gonna be pretty good, cool tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. But this has been Heart of the City with your host, NYG 22 Unpopular Opinion Sports, with the guy at the back, Big Pat, filling in for Coach. Get well, Coach. Should be back next week.
Yeah,
on
Coach will be back next week.
Yeah, shout out to Man Cave coming up, talking some baseball and the New York Knicks. Such a disappointment so far in the playoffs with the Atlanta Hawks. Knew y'all was gonna lose that game, but that's another subject, man. I'll let y'all handle the Knicks talk. But this your boy Big Pat. We get ready to check out, man. Heart of the City. Tune in next week. We're gonna be talking about draft. We're gonna be talking about playoffs. We're gonna be talking about everything New York sports. NYG is the man of the hour. Take us out, man. Y'all know what it is.
Peace.
Peace.